Good evening to all the participants. We will start the session at 6 p.m. sharply. Hello, participant. Within 2-3 minutes, the speaker will join to us and then we will start. Hello everyone. We will start shortly. Hello. Hello, Vandana ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are clearly audible.
Okay. Ma'am, Abhishek sir
Patanjali
has
sir
joined the
has joined.
session. So shall we
Yes.
start?
Yes. Welcome, Patanjali sir.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
thank you so much.
Yes, sir. We will start now. Ma'am,
Sure.
please proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful day exploring the transformative potential of AI in education during the yesterday's session. Welcome to day 2 of AICTE ATAL Faculty Development Program on AI-driven educational technologies for enhancing teaching and learning. This evening, we begin with the session 3, which focus on reasons to address the AI in educations now. For this session, we have the distinguished speaker, Dr. Abhishek Patange. It gives me the immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Patange. Dr. Patange is a data science and AI specialist in ABB Bangalore with the remarkable career spanning 20 years in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics. With the rich background in engineering research, Dr. Abhishek brings the valuable expertise to his current role at ABB Centers of Excellence in Process Automation Digital. At ABB, he has made a significant contribution, including the design and development of an end to end framework for digitalized maintenance features under ABB Genex APM 360. He has created the advanced model using machine learning algorithm tailored for productive and diagnostic analysis, implemented robust data processing pipeline, and worked closely with platform art, to ensure the seamless integrations and ease of use of end users. Dr. Patange's role at ABB has enabled to seamless transmission of his career into software focused work, strengthening the mechanical systems and blending his engineering expertise with cutting edge technology in AI and data science. His contribution has been recognized in the Rising Star Award at ABB and the second position in ABB Global Hackathon, ABB Accelerator for the Generative AI project also. In addition to his professional compliments, Dr. Patange holds the PhD in Mechanical Engineering from VIT Chennai. Before joining ABB, he spent 7 years as an assistant professor in mechanical engineering at COEP Pune, where he cultivated his expertise in machine learning, condition monitoring, metatronics, and mechanical design engineering. He has secured the research grant and authored over the 50 publications in the SCI journal, along with the 2 Indian patents and 945 citation. His passion for the teaching remains evidence even as is transmitted from the academia to industry. Beyond this professional pursuit, he is dedicated listener of the Indian classic music. Dr. Patange, it is an honor to have you with this evening. We eager to hear you, sir, that on why the addressing of AI in education has become a necessary in today's world. The stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this introduction. Before beginning, before I begin my session, I just want to, I just want your help to understand because I am going to show one video. So I want your help to understand whether you are able to hear the audio of the video. So now I have shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Fine. Okay, I'll hide this. I'll keep it here somewhere. Okay, now I'm playing a YouTube video. Are you able to hear the noise?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So can anyone help me to understand the setting? I think I have to go to audio setting, right?
Sir, you have to share
Sir,
with audio.
sir,
Pardon?
sir, while sharing the screen, you will get it one option
Huh.
that you have to click on at right side window. You will get it. You have to check that checkbox.
Mm,
Just
or
stop the screen sharing and
okay,
do
okay,
it
I have
again.
stopped sharing now.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I'm
And
sharing my screen. Oh, share system audio, right?
yes,
Also
yes,
share the system audio. This option you mean, right?
yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So now I'm sharing my screen.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. So I want to hide even this patch. I am able to see this green color window, a small window. Are you able to see the same?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
So
is
you
there any
can
option
locate
to
that
hide?
window at the top right corner.
Okay. Oh, so there is no. Okay, fine. Okay, so now I think my screen is visible to all of you, and I'm on the first screen. Before that, let me just allow me to put off my video because there is a network issue in the office today. So to get a better bandwidth, I will put off my video. You are able to see my screen, right? I am in the presentation mode and I'm on the first slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so good evening, all. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak upon how AI has become important in education field and how it is going to change our life in upcoming future. I would like to thank Department of MCA, KKWAG Institute of Engineering Education and Research, Nashik, for giving me this opportunity to speak upon a topic, reasons to address AI in education now under AICT, ATAL FDP, titled AI driven educational technologies for enhanced teaching and learning. So before I take deep dive into actual topic, I would like to explain what is the meaning of artificial intelligence and machine learning by using just two slides, and then we will deep dive into actual topic. So before that, let us try to understand what is exact difference between the traditional programming that we have practiced over years, and now we are dealing with machine learning. This is very important to understand before we understand the application of machine learning in AI in any domain. So to explain the difference between the traditional programming and machine learning, we have two block diagrams where you can see there are built there are basically four building blocks in traditional programming. You can see there is a computer, or let us consider this as a machine to which we are feeding data and a program. Now this program is written by human beings, right? Since in traditional programming we write program and we feed data to computer, this computer or a machine will try to process this data according to the program, and it will give you corresponding output. So this is what is the traditional programming, what we are practicing using various programming languages such as C++, Python, MATLAB, and so on. Now, as far as machine learning is considered, you will see there are again, four blocks. There are same four blocks. They are in machine learning. You have same computer which can be treated as a machine learning algorithm. you have data, output, and program as it is, but the place of output and the program has been exchanged. So instead of feeding data and program, now we are feeding data and the corresponding output. Now, when I say output, it is considered to be a target variable or a class or a label with which the algorithm has to train over the data set. And then this algorithm or a computer will try to understand the relationship between data and the corresponding output, and it will try to give its relationship in mathematical terms or some rule sets, or we can consider it to be a program. So in traditional programming, the program is written by human beings, and we will get corresponding output when the program is processed over the data. But in machine learning, uh, we feed data and the corresponding output. Many times we feed only a data. It is not that we always have output or target variable or labels with the data. Many times we feed only a data, and machine learning algorithm figure out the relationship among the data set, and it will try to give you some mathematical relationship between the data set. So why are we doing this? Because we want to use these programs to process huge data set and to get some output or decision out of it, and that's why we are tending towards AI or a machine learning. Now, to explain this briefly, let me give you one example. Let us take example of 5 observations. Very simple example we will take, and I'm just adding some details on my screen, and that's why I have left the presentation mode. So let us consider 4 observations of A and B. So this is considered to be a data. Okay. So I'm explaining the traditional programming now. So let us consider the data as 4 observations of A and B. Okay, so this is the data. Let us consider observations as 2 and 4, 3 and 2, 1 and 1, and 4 and 2. Okay, or let us consider 4 and maybe 3. Now this is the data that we are feeding to computer. Now along with data, we are feeding the program as well. So I will take program as C is equal to A plus B. Now this computer will iterate this program 4 times, and it will give you corresponding output at the end. So the output would be C is equal to, for a first observation, 2 plus 4 is 6, 3 plus 2 is 5, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, so this is what traditional programming, what we have practiced over years. Now let us consider machine learning, where you are feeding data. Let us consider the 4 observations of A and B again. But along with data, now we are supplying the output as well. Now, as I already told you, this output is nothing but a target variable or a label, or it can be a class or a condition. So this is the data A and B, and C is considered to be the output on which the machine learning algorithm has to be trained. Now let us consider few some other observations of A and B as 2 and 2, 3 and maybe 1, 4 and 1, and 3 and 2. And corresponding output, if you see here, it is for first observation 2 and 2, it is 4. For second observation 3 and 1, it is 3. For next observation 4 and 1, it is again 4. And last observation 3 and 2, it is 6. Now, what will this machine learning algorithm will do? It will try to find out relationship between AB and corresponding C for all 4 observation, and it will tell you that the relationship between data and the corresponding output is nothing but C is equal to A into B. Now you may ask me a question that how machine learning algorithm has figured out the relationship between data and the corresponding output. Now this has been understood. I know our brain is already trained in the school to understand the multiplication of 2 numbers. That's why we were able to tell that the relationship between the data and the corresponding output is nothing but C is equal to A into B. But how a machine learning algorithm tries to figure out this, we will try to understand in the next slide. Or to explain this with some technical example, what we will do is we'll try to take one example where we have time series data of some parameter. Let us consider a temperature which is changing with respect to time. See, I'm taking 10-15 minutes to explain these terms, because many of us, we every day hear these words as machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on, but many of us, we are not really able to understand what is exactly it means. So as I told you that I am taking time on the x-axis and temperature on y-axis. So suppose I am considering the average temperature of month of April for last 10 years, and I'm plotting it here. So let us consider few observations. So, yeah. So this is how the trend of last 10 years, that the average temperature in the month of April is tend to increase like this. Now, this is the trend for last 10 years. So you can consider that this is the temperature when, the year was maybe 2010. Then we have 2011. Then we have 2012, and so on. So let us assume that we have collected the temperature for last 10 years. Let us consider it till 19. Okay. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand the relationship between time and temperature. Now many of us, we have learned computational methods and the topic which is called as curve fitting. Now, in curve fitting, what we actually try to do is we try to find out the relationship between temperature and time. Similarly, if you want to fit a curve which best represents the relationship between time and temperature, you will approximately say that we can fit a linear curve, or we can have a linear regression where we can fit a curve like this for 10 observations. And when we fit this curve, we'll try to understand the relationship between, in terms of mathematics, as y is equal to mx plus c, right? So what we did actually here is that we were having data of variation of temperature along with time. So how temperature is varying with respect to time. We tried to find out its relationship in mathematical term, which is y is equal to mx plus c. And now when you want to predict what will be the temperature next year, that means in 2020, what will be the temperature, what you will do is you will just extend this curve and you will project this point on x-axis and corresponding point on y-axis, and you will be able to tell that, okay, in year 2020, according to the trend of last 10 years, my temperature is approximately, maybe let us consider it here, it is approximately this much. So now what I'm doing is I have projected my point on x-axis. Similarly, I will project the same point on y-axis, and this corresponding temperature will be considered as temperature predicted when the predicted temperature for year 2020. So this is how we were having the data of variation of temperature with respect to time. We applied some computational techniques or machine learning techniques to find out the best relationship between time and temperature, that is dependent and independent variable, and based on that we could predict the temperature when the year is 2020. So this is how machine learning is used to train the algorithms on the data set, and ultimately once the training is done, we will use those trained algorithms to make some decision or to predict the corresponding output out of the range of independent variables. So now I think you have understood the basic difference between traditional programming and machine learning. Now let us try to understand the the definitions of machine learning and AI. So machine learning focuses on developing models that allows machines or computers to learn and improve over the experience. Now, when I say improve over the experience, we need to understand that once the model is trained on some data set, and when it is exposed to new data set, it is expected that the machine learning model should improve their performance, or rather, I will say, it should improve their experience based on the new the new data set that they are getting. Now, why are we doing this? Again, to make some predictions or making decisions, and that too we are not explicitly writing the programs. Okay, now to explain this particular definition, I have one example. You can see there is a conversation between a user and a chat gpt, where you can see the first prompt which is given by user to gpt says how much is 2 plus 5, and gpt says that 2 plus 5 is equal to 7, so which was the correct answer given by chat gpt. But if you see the second prompt by user is my wife says it is 8. Now, if you see the response which is given by ChatGPT, it is not surprising that it is correct. ChatGPT says 2 plus 5 is actually equal to 7 and not 8. It could be possible that your wife made a mistake or misunderstood the problem. But now, if you see the response which is given by user in the next prompt, it says my wife is always right. Now you should understand one thing, that the new observation that ChatGPT gaining, or the new experience that the ChatGPT is gaining, says my wife is always right. So ChatGPT knows before that 2 plus 5 is equal to 7 mathematically. But now new experience or new observation that the ChatGPT is getting is my wife is always right, and she says 2 plus 5 is equal to 8. And thus ChatGPT says I apologize, I must have made an error. My training data only goes up to 2021. So this means that that ChatGPT model is trained on the data set before 2021, and I may not have the most current information. That means I don't have the latest information, but the new experience that I'm getting now, as per that, if your wife says it is 8, then it must be 8. So now this was actually blunder that was encountered by ChatGPT in year 2022, and now they have taken action and they have made corrections. But very important thing that you should understand from this example is that ChatGPT is a large language model. It is a machine learning model based on a huge neural network. It is not a programming device. Now, programming device like a calculator will give you answer. I mean, if you ask calculator program device what is 2 plus 500 times, it will tell you that answer is 7. But if you ask this to a machine learning model where it is expected that they should improve their performance over the new experience that they are gaining, ChatGPT has done its its job correctly. So that's why ChatGPT is not a programming device. It is a machine learning model where it is expected that it should improve the performance over the new experiences that they are gaining. Right? So machine learning scope dedicated for learning from the teacher teaches you, or you do a self study, and you learn few things is considered to be a scope of machine learning. But now when the brain is trained, okay, so what is machine learning model is considered to be artificial brains. Okay, now once the brain is trained, now the activities you have to perform some actions based on the intelligence that you have gained from learning. So, on the other hand, AI aims to create machines or systems that can perform tasks that would typically, require human intelligence. Now, when I say tasks that would typically require human intelligence, includes reasoning, learning, problem solving, perception, understanding natural language, interacting with the environment, and so on. So, when you consider a reasoning, the example is every observed egg is white, thus all eggs are white, or every observed crow is black, thus all crows are black. Uh, on the other hand, if you consider the learning, you try to learn the features or the characteristics of email to understand whether it is a spam email or not spam email. As far as problem solving is considered, you have to navigate from Pune to Mumbai, and you have to find out the shortest distance between Pune to Mumbai is considered to be a problem solving, which can also now being performed by AI. The next is perception, where you try to understand the features of face, and based on that, you automatically try to recognize the face, on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Then the on the other hand, you have a natural language, understanding or processing, where you have various robotic assistants such as Siri, Alexa, or Google, where you're they convert text into particular action. And lastly, when you want to interact with the environment with the AI agents, you have autonomous vehicles where you can accelerate, decelerate, and also you can apply the brake. So when the autonomous vehicles model is trained to understand how to navigate a vehicle from point A and B, so it will try to understand and try to interact with the environment, where it will accelerate or decelerate or vehicle, or it will apply the brake. So now this is all about the fundamentals of machine learning and AI. Now let us move to the actual topic of this session. So I have listed the reasons to address AI in education. There are 12 broad reasons I tried to find out, and we'll try to list down them in first two slides, and then we'll try to understand them in detail one by one. In this presentation, you will hear some of the names of tools which are useful for achieving these goals that I have listed here. So the very first reason why we need AI in education is enhancing the personalized training or learning, which is dedicated for individual students to gain some experience out of it, which will automatically improve their engagement and retention. The second is improving the accessibility. So the students with physical disabilities should also get the benefit of AI. So we try to give a greater access to educational resources for all, irrespective of their strengths and weaknesses. Third one is automating administrative tasks. So as even I was a teacher before joining ABB 2 years back, and we all are aware that how many administrative tasks we are dealing with every day. So to streamline the processes for teachers and administrator, of course we will try to use data science and AI, uh, which will reduce the time, and you will get more time for instructional activities. Then the next is providing intelligent tutoring systems, where AI driven support for students in real time will be provided by robots or cobots or any AI assistants, where the adaptive learning paths based on student performance can be designed and executed with the personalized learning experience. Then we have enhanced data driven decision making, where the informed strategies are designed based on the analytics, and which will be helpful for continuous improvement through feedback loops, uh, and which will definitely differentiate it from the traditional way of decision making, where we have fixed rules to calculate marks and fixing the passing criterias and awarding the grades and so on, which may not be helpful for students with different strengths and weaknesses. And that's why when it becomes a data driven decision making, we find that it is fair, it becomes fair to all. Then we have next reason as we want to facilitate adaptive assessment, that adjusts the students' ability levels, which will give timely insights into learning progress. Then we have encouraging lifelong learning, where the resources that promote ongoing skills development, which will foster a growth in mindsets of the learners. Then we have to develop a critical AI literacy is also essential, because AI has occupied our life, day-to-day life, so much. You should understand the AI roles and impact in the education, and you should prepare your students to tech-driven world. Then we have, if you want to promote collaboration and engagement, you have to address educational inequities, and you have to ensure ethical and responsible use, and you have to support teacher professional development. All these reasons, that's why we apply AI in education in today's life. Now let us deep dive into you know each of this reason one by one. Before that, the quote which I have intentionally mentioned before starting the detailing the reasons, because we need to understand one thing, that AI will never replace teachers. But it is interesting that the teachers who use AI may replace those who do not. Now, this means that AI cannot take the place of teachers, but teachers who use AI tools can do their job better, and they can stay ahead of others, as compared to others. Where AI can help with tasks like grading, tracking the students' progress. You can plan the lessons according to the student's pace, his strengths and weaknesses, which gives teachers more time to focus on the students rather than the administrative work. And also, teacher who tries to learn to use AI can make a learning more fun and effective. So in the future, you can consider that using AI in the classroom will be a important skill, for every teacher. Now, when I say future, we should start from today, because even though we try to use AI for very few activities in education today, maybe at the end of this lecture you will be able to understand that the AI can also be a part of each activity that you perform today. Now the thing is, when I say the AI can be applied to all the activities, its role should be restricted to assist you to perform that task, and not to perform complete task without reading or without understanding why the machine learning algorithm has taken some decision. So this point we will try to cover one by one now. So the very first point is enhancing the personalized learning. Now, what is personalized learning? Is personalized learning is kind of a method that tailors educational experiences to each learner's individual need, their interests, strengths, and their speed. Because when we consider a class of 60 students, each individual student will have a different need, their interests, strengths, and speed, which is not considered in traditional model, because traditional model usually follow a standardized curriculum for all students, which often disregards the individual learning differences. As far as the personalized learning is considered, it allows the differentiated approaches, where it tries to address the diverse learning styles, abilities, and the speed. So it tries to cope up with the styles, abilities, and speeds of each individual. And now this is only possible because when we consider each individual, the scale becomes very high, and this is not possible manually, and that's why we need AI here. So what is the role of AI here? That AI enables educators to implement personalized learning at a scale. So when I say scale, consider a class of 60 students, and you have to give attention to individuals style, ability, and the speed. And that is what is possible using AI. So what you can do is, you can analyze vast amount of, or a big amount of data of 60 students of last maybe 5 or 6 years in real time, and then you can adjust your curriculum accordingly. Now, let us try to understand how AI is going to help in personalized learning. The very first point is adaptive learning, where AI powered adaptive learning platforms such as Newton or Smart Sparrow monitor students' progress, and then they adjust the learning material in real time. For example, if a student struggles with a concept, the system will provide additional practice or a simplified explanation immediately, so that the student can get confident on the concept that they are not able to understand, or they are trying to struggle. So this system can recommend specific lessons or questions based on student performance, that helps to master concepts before moving ahead, or before going to understand the new concept. Imagine, you can imagine a student who is using AI powered learning app, which I have mentioned here, maybe to study a mathematics. Okay, and if student is struggling with understanding the fractions, the this app will notice that there is some mistake that the student trying to do, and then this app will try to give the simple or easier examples and some extra practice questions to help student understand the better, or it will try to explain what mistake the student is trying to do. That means the teaching learning process is become has become adaptive, because when student is doing some mistake, that has been immediately perceived by AI agent, and that has been correctly addressed and explained to student, and that is why it becomes a adaptive learning. So once the student improves, the app moves to more difficult problems, and this way the learning addresses the students need, making sure that they fully understand each topic before moving forward. Okay, now the next point is real-time feedback. So AI systems like Socrative or Quizlet allow teachers to receive instant data on students performance, here the AI will process this information and can address the difficulty of future assessment, or offer hints, or they even can reinforce the learning as it happens. So you can imagine a student who is taking a quiz on AI powered app, and if the answer is the student he has answered incorrectly, then the app will immediately show that the correct answer and its short explanation, which is you can consider to be a feedback. So it might also suggest the easier questions or related topics, which will be helpful for the student to understand and improve. So this instant feedback will help student to learn from mistakes right away, and avoid the confusion in the future. So it tries to bridge the gaps promptly, by giving the immediate feedback, and that can also relieve the frustration of student when he is dealing with some difficult problems, maybe in subject like mathematics and so on. Then AI also can create personalized learning pathways by analyzing students' prior knowledge, performance, and learning styles. For example, if a student excels in mathematics, but he struggles to read, the comprehension, AI will try to adjust the content to focus more on reading and the language skill while maintaining their progress in the maths, right? So this is kind of a pathway that the AI has designed for such student, which helps students to progress their own, at their own pace, with the option of accelerating through topics they have already understood. Now, let us try to understand the benefits of personalized learning. As I explained, the adaptation where personalized content keeps the student engaged by offering them challenges that they are just beyond their current abilities, and promoting the growth mindset. If you see the software which is called as Duolingo, which is the software which adjusts the language learning tasks based on the user's proficiency level, which ensures that the content feels achievable yet slightly challenging, and maintaining the engagement and the progress. So This is how the adaptation can be enabled by AI. On the other hand, you can see the benefit as enhanced learning outcomes, because AI will help student to master one concept before moving to the next concept, which improves the retention and understanding. This is especially effective in subjects like maths, science, where the foundational knowledge is very crucial. And if you are stuck at one concept, then in traditional methods, you have no option other than waiting to meet teacher next day and to get your doubt clear. Or in today's maybe digitized world, you try to find out the solution on web, and then you try to understand the problem. But many times what happens that unless and until somebody is explaining you the problem physically, it becomes very difficult to solve all your doubts using the digital platforms by just reading or watching the videos. So, there is an example that the Titan partners showed that the personalized learning resulted in student performance better on assessments compared to their peers in the traditional settings, because you have the immediate feedback available. You have you will be assessed by uh, the AI tutor immediately, and you will get confidence that okay, I am able to tackle this problem and I can move ahead to the next problem now without any hesitation. Now, there is an interesting thing that since you get the instant feedback and rewards, this is a kind of motivation that you get always, and which will keep you moving forward. So there is a task which is considered to be a gamification, where you convert your assignments into a games, where AI will help you to convert your tasks into a game like elements, where there will be a progress bar, or there will be some levels. If you par those levels, then you will get some sense of achievements and progression. And all the way, this is going to be a motivation for students, and which makes the teaching learning process maybe more funnier, or maybe with the age student can go ahead with understanding the concepts, and they will keep moving forward without any hesitation. uh, then there is a intelligent tutoring system, where it simulates the one-on-one tutoring sessions and adapt based on students need. For example, if you consider Carnegie Learning's Methia software, where a math tutoring platform that adapts students progress and provides hints and solution to help them understand the complex concepts. So these all softwares are kind of a co-pilot, which is monitoring your activity one by one, and to each activity they are trying to understand what has been done by user, and they are trying to give you feedback. Based on feedback, you try to go to the next step. So these all software that those I am mentioning are considered to be a dedicated domain based co-pilots. Now, uh, you have Microsoft Copilot, or you have Bing Copilot, which are trained on the general knowledge. But when I'm talking about these specific softwares, these co-pilots are trained on the domain knowledge. When I'm considering a Mathia, the Mathia Copilot, it is trained on a complete mathematical knowledge. So that's why I considered it to be a domain based co-pilots, which are helping students to make their learning personalized. Then there are another platforms such as Edmodo or Coursera, where they use AI to recommend lessons, activities, and courses based on users past experiences and even their search interest. When you search a typical course on a Google, the same course or similar courses will be shown to you on any app that you try to serve after that. Then even now Coursera Plus has started using AI algorithm to suggest courses to students based on their skill sets, their educational background, and their career goals, to enhance their learning journey with more relevant content. Now, when we consider speech and language recognition tools, like if you consider Google speech to text software, where they support verbal learners or those with the disabilities to interact with the learning platform with their voice, where they are facilitated, where it is being converted into a text, and then you can integrate speech recognition into applications with even easy to use APIs which are available on the GitHub platforms. There is Azure Cognitive Service, which is provided by Microsoft, where you have various tasks such as vision, speech, language, knowledge, and even search. Now, if you see the picture here, the face recognition has been performed, where it says that 68% of the face is considered to be a neutral, and 32% is considered to be a surprise. On the other hand, if you see the face of girl, it says 83%, it says that she's happy, and 70% is considered to be the another expression based on the face recognition. Now, when we consider face recognition systems, it typically considers a classification problem based on the images and their expressions, where the machine learning classifier will be trained on various images, and further it would be classified according to the pre-trained classes. Then there is a Dreambox software which is used for adaptive learning in technology to personalize math instruction in real time. The system analyzes students' response and adjusts the complexity of problem based on students' learning trajectory. And this Dreambox is the software by Turnitin, where we used to check the plagiarism of our research papers. Then there is a software by Khan Academy which employs personalized learning dashboard that allows students to work with their own pace through lessons and experiences. There is another software which is called considered to be Squirrel AI, which is a Chinese education AI education platform that adapts the lessons in real time based on each student's strengths and weaknesses. And case study has shown that this software has improved their exam scores more quickly than their peers in the traditional classrooms. But one thing that we should understand, that we should not, we cannot, or there can never be replacement of peers in traditional classrooms. However, AI as agents will assist the students to improve their teaching learning experience. Okay, and not to understand all the concepts all the time. It is not like that. Whenever a student feels he's suffering from understanding some concepts, then the AI agent will come into picture, and not 24 by 7. Though the people have projected that the AI agent may serve 24 by 7, but it is up to you how much content that you can pursue from AI agents all the time. Then there is a software which is considered as class craft, which enables the teachers to customize the learning experiences, giving students rewards and challenges that align with their unique learning journey. Now, the second reason is improving the accessibility. As I already told you that the educational environments are increasingly diverse, with the student presenting a wide range of disabilities, language barriers, and special learning needs. So, as far as AI's role is considered in this particular case, the AI tool can design to improve the personalized and adaptive learning experiences, where it ensures that the students with diverse need can engage with the content and achieve their full potential. Now, let us try to understand, which are the AI tools for disability students with the disability. There is first software which is considered as Dragon Naturally Speaking platform, or there is a Google's voice typing platform also, which converts your spoken words into written text. Now, automatically, this will help student with physical disability who have difficulty in writing by hand. It will support individual to who have limitations in their ability to move or control their body. Often due to conditions affecting their muscles or bones or joints, which will allow them to dictate instead of actual typing. Of course, this will encourage the greater independence of students who find traditional writing tasks very challenging. Then there are two more softwares where you can convert the text into speech. There is a natural reader and the Microsoft Narrator, which converts written text into spoken words. Now, when you have visually impaired students or those who have the reading disabilities, by reading aloud books or assignments or online contents, this will enhance the comprehension by providing auditory support, helping the students to better understand complex written material. Now this will allow for multitasking, enabling them to listen to content while engaging in other activities as well. There is another software which is considered as Kuzwil 3000, which addresses the learning experience based on student specific needs. So, if example, uh, they might provide a visual cues alternative to text formats, or they can also adjust the pacing for the students with the disabilities. Then there is a software which is considered as Google Translate or a Microsoft Translator, which instantly translate the text or speech between any languages. So this is, it can be used by any of us when we are traveling from one country to another country, where when we are doing job in that country and we find difficult to communicate with people. These softwares are helpful to have chat with them, to have conversation with them, and they are based on the AI tools. Then there is a speech recognition system called as Rosetta Stone, or even the Duolingo, which provides real-time feedback on pronunciation. The benefit is it aids English as second language students by providing immediate correction to their pronunciation, helping them to develop better speaking skills, which also enhances the language acquisition by allowing students to practice without fear of judgment, and encouraging the self-paced learning. Then there is a software which is called as Seesaw, which offers the bilingual learning tool that adapts the content for students in multiple languages. So this is the platform that captures learning, spurs reflection, and promotes the engagement. It can capture the learning through recordings of photos. Then you can celebrate the students' work with parents and even the families. You have access to student skills development and understanding of the concepts, contents. Then it is designed to be a stream friendly, user friendly, and a teaching tool, and it reflects on learning, where teachers, families, and students can reflect on their progress of learning over the time. Then we have this goated real writer or mode math that caters students with specific learning difficulties like reading or writing problem. These tools provide customized support for writing, having math problem, and even the reading the tasks. Then there is a software which is considered as, there is a robotic assistant named Leica, and the AI-powered smart classes named ERA provides physical and visual assistance to students with disabilities. So Leica is a robot that helps children with autism learn social and emotional skills by providing interactive and engaging activities. On the other hand, this era is a smart class that use AI to assist visually impaired students by describing the environment around them in real time. So having the combination of these two, it would be a great enhanced learning experience, and which is being used in real time. There is one more case study and example where the National Federation of Blind partnered with Google to develop AI-powered tools for visually impaired, guys, such as Google Lens, which can read the text aloud and interprets the images for students with vision impairments. On the other hand, IBM's Watson, they are designed to aid students with physical and cognitive disabilities. For example, Watson can analyze and adapt the text to be more accessible for individual by changing the fonts, by changing the color schemes, and by providing simplified language options. So this is the Microsoft Seeing AI app, where AI that narrates the world around the visually impaired students. It reads the text aloud, it recognizes the objects, and even it describes the people's emotions, and creating a more independent learning experience for students with visual disabilities. Now, the next very important task is that AI is needed to automate the administrative tasks. As we know that we often face overwhelming admin tasks, including grading assignments, tracking students' progress, scheduling classes, and so on. So these tasks consume a significant portion of our time, and also distracts us from ability to focus on interactive teaching, learning, and meaningful student engagement. So how AI can help here? That AI offers a solution to automate repetitive administrative tasks, improve the efficiency and accuracy while allowing educators to invest more time in the classroom. And let us try to understand how the AI would be helpful to manage our admin tasks. So there is a AI powered grading system, where tool like grade, scope, or Turnitin, and even Google Classrooms, they use the natural language processing and machine learning tools to grade the recent written assignments, essays, and even the quizzes. If you see the grade scope tool by Turnitin, where you can feed the exam question paper and answer papers, even the homeworks, and there would be a specific code meant for assessing the assignments and grade. It will give you the clear picture of how your students are performing in even in the exam in terms of detailed statistics, and even in the result analysis. So how this automating grading with AI, it can be considered to be a task that it would have automatic feedback and analysis feature, where the AI system once evaluates the student performance can provide a detailed feedback which will highlight the areas for improvement, suggesting the next steps to learn, and offering the specific sources for further study. Now, this is not possible on one-on-one basis in this classroom, right? When we have 60 students, it is not possible to suggest the improvement for each student on based on his abilities and strengths and weaknesses, but this can be done by AI platforms. So, for example, AI can analyze written essays to evaluate grammar, coherence, and even argument strengths to provide automated feedback in real time. Then there is a efficient rubric based grading, where AI can apply consistent and comprehensive grading rubrics to all students' submissions, which will help standardizing the grading process, ensuring that there is a fairness and accuracy in evaluating different assignments and the projects. Now, these are the few softwares where you can have the automated scheduling system. So, yeah, so these are AI-based scheduling systems, such as smart solution systems as Time and I. There is a ClassLink platform. Then there is ASC Time Tables, and there is another platform by IDWAL, which is considered as the TES timetable, which are all use AI algorithms to create optimized timetables based on factors such as class size, teachers availability, room capacity, and the students preferences. Now, as I said, these tools can automatically schedule the recurring classes, and they balance the student teacher ratios based on the real time data. So, this would be obviously helpful for educators and administrative to focus more on curriculum planning instead of the logistic issues. Even this can also adjust the changes, 11th hour changes such as sick leaves or last minute schedule changes without requiring manual intervention, and this is how it would be helpful. Then we can also have a predictive scheduling, where AI can also predict the scheduling needs by analyzing patterns in the enrollment, course demand, and the students preferences, which enables the better planning for for the following academic terms. If you take an example, AI algorithm can predict the number of students likely to enroll in a particular course and adjust the schedule accordingly to avoid the overcapacity or underutilization. Then you can also optimize the class schedules for efficiency, where AI can help in minimizing the scheduling conflicts, and it ensures the students' course load is balanced, which will include accounting for course prerequisite, preferred time slots, and even the extracurricular activities. Now, continuous monitoring and reporting is considered. There is a tool which is called as Power School and EdTech, uh, where you have one tool which is called as Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya Educational Institute from Hyderabad, and there is a smart class, extra marks smart class app, where it uses real-time data from assessment, homeworks, and classroom activities to track the students' performance, where teachers can access the detailed performance analytics for each student, allowing them to identify struggling learners early, and they can provide timely interventions. Um, so, as I told you, that predictive analytics for early intervention, where the AI can predict a student's outcome based on their past performances, engagement levels, and other matrices. So, IBM Watson Education uses AI to analyze students' behavior and academic data to predict performance, helping teachers to intervene before a student's grade drops significantly. Then there is a Watson education classroom, which is bringing education into a cognitive era by transforming the learning experience through a personalization, where it understands reasons and learn help educators to gain insights into learning styles, preferences, and aptitude of every student. Then there is a tool which is called as Gradescope and Socrative, as I have already told you, which will be helpful for automatic grading, which will be used by many universities and colleges, where AI-driven feature can grade handwritten assignments by applying suitable computer vision or image processing technique, or it can also access the multiple choice examinations or coding problems, significantly reducing the time spent on the manual grading. Similarly, you have I'll show you some videos where the actual coding examination has been evaluated. The physical answer paper of codes has been evaluated by the AI agents. Then the next is AI is helpful to support teachers with professional development, as we are aware that the teaching methods, technologies, and curriculum evolve. It evolves very rapidly, which means that the teachers need ongoing professional development to stay current and effective. But the traditional professional development often involves one size fits all workshops that may not fit the specific needs of every teacher. So, teachers are already overburdened with classroom responsibilities and admin tasks, which makes it difficult for them to dedicate a separate time for skill building outside of their regular work. So, how AI would help in this? That AI powered system will offer the flexible and data driven professional development opportunities, where they can improve the teachers instructional practices, enhance classroom management, and integrate the technology into lessons without taking valuable time away from their students. There is software which is called as Better Lesson, which offers the AI powered professional development tool that assesses teachers' strengths and suggests personalized paths. Then there is software which is called as Ed uh, EdThena, which allows teachers to receive feedback on their teaching practices and suggest the targeted professional development opportunities immediately. How it works is that based on AI assessments, the teacher can assess the captured content such as videos, articles, and courses that aligns with their personalized learning objectives. Then there is a software which is called as TeachFX, which uses AI to analyze classroom conversations and provides real-time feedback to teachers on their use of high impact teaching strategies such as questioning and students interaction. uh, then as far as the AI powered collaboration tools are considered, these platforms helps teachers to collaborate with peers, share resources and discuss best practices. Then there is a teacher communities and forums where AI can analyze teacher generated content such as lesson plans and teaching materials and recommend discussions forums and professional communities that aligns with their interest and needs, which helps build a supportive community of educators where teachers can discuss challenges, share solutions, and even offer the advices also. So Edmodo, helps AI to connect educators globally, where it allows them to engage in professional conversations and exchange the ideas and resources worldwide. Then you can use this better lesson platform, which provides AI driven personalized professional development, offering teachers to access coaching and curriculum resources tailored to their needs. There is another software, as I told you, Teach FX, which uses AI to provide teachers with feedback on how well they have engaged with students during the lessons, and then teacher can automatically adjust their teaching strategies based on the real-time data, improving students engagement and outcomes. uh, I have explained this already. Now the next is enhancing the data driven decision making, where you can make decisions traditionally were based on subjective analysis or limited data sources. But with the vast amount of data generated in the classroom, which is considered to be students' assessment, attendance records, and behavioral patterns, the challenge becomes how to efficiently analyze and leverage this data to make informed decisions that enhances learning outcome and the school's performance. So here AI can process and analyze vast amount of data much faster and more accurately than human, offering actionable insights that lead to smarter and data-driven decisions. So, as far as the predictive analytics is considered, the machine learning algorithm can be applied to analyze students' data, such as marks scored in test examinations, assignments, attendance, and behavioral data. By processing this data, AI can identify the patterns and predict the students' performance, which will be helpful to identify the learning gaps. And there is a software which is called as Cerego, which creates the courses and assignments based on the personalized likings, and it also analyzes the learning progresses and outcomes, then and how students are interacting with learning material to adjust their content delivery and predict future learning needs. There is another software which is called as Power School, which offers AI-driven platform that aggregates and analyzes students' data, providing detailed performance reports and trends that help teachers to make their informed decisions. So it may be considered to be a stakeholders like teachers or school leaders or parents to make timely decisions based on the students' behavior and their performance. The Dreambox is considered to be an adaptive learning platform that uses AI to adjust the math lessons based on the real-time data, ensuring the personalized learning experience for each student. I have already explained you about Newton, where it analyzes students' data and suggests the personalized learning paths, while also helping the administrators to allocate the right level of resources to each classes. There is a software which is called as School Mint, where AI helps automate administrative processes such as scheduling, students taking, tracking, resource management, which streamlines the administrative tasks, starting from enrollment, scheduling, and improving the school operations and decision making. Then there is a software by SAS, Visual Analytics, which offers the data visualization tool that uses AI to predict school performance trends and suggest improvements based on the predictive analysis. Uh, Now the next reason is that facilitating adaptive assignment. So we have already discussed this, that when there is adaptive nature ensures that the assessment is tailored to students' knowledge, and it provides a better understanding of their capabilities. Now, as far as the real-time adjustment of difficulty is considered, AI would be helpful to assess students' response immediately, and it immediately addresses the level of difficulty. So, as I told you that if students, answers a series of easy correctly, the AI will progressively introduce more complex questions. Or on the other hand, if student struggles with the topic, the AI will present simpler and foundational questions that will help students to gauge their current understanding. Along with this, there is a continuous monitoring and student progress, which can be also leveraged by AI, where AI continuously tracks students' responses throughout the assessment, which will allow the system to determine not just the students' knowledge level, but also the patterns in their learning, such as which topics or questions that they might have struggled the most. There is a feature which is introduced by Tata Micro Hill Books, and the feature name is ALEKS. Now, this ALEKS platform uses adaptive testing to personalize math learning for student, ensuring that each test is suited to their level. Uh, which will reduce the test anxiety. So, by offering the more personalized experience with students, which will better align to their abilities, student may feel less anxiety about the assessment, and they can build confidence, they can accurately reflect their ability. Where the Smart Sparrow is adaptive learning platform that provides the students with tailored assessment in subjects like science, mathematics, which will automatically reduce the anxiety. uh, Now, I will show you some of the videos and some of the demos, uh, which tells you that how AI would be helpful in personalized kind of training, and even how it would be helpful for students to confidently understand the concepts without even any hesitation. So, I'm going to show you a demo of ChatGPT 4.0 model with the vision capabilities, where a simple mathematical problem has been solved by GPT, and also along with solving the problem, the step-by-step explanation also has been provided. So now, let me share my screen again, and
So I'm going to write down a linear equation on a sheet of paper and I'll show you. And then I'd love your help working me through it. But importantly, don't tell me the solution, just help give me hints along the way.
Got it. Oh, okay, I see it.
okay, so just give me a feedback whether you are able to listen to the voice of video.
No, we are not able to.
I just tried to play a few minutes, a few
Yes, sir.
seconds.
Listen.
We could hear it, sir.
Few
Okay, so
seconds
now
only.
let me share it again.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's audible, sir.
Just seen the voice capabilities, but we also want to show you the vision capabilities as the model can also see the whole world around us.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, as you can see, you can chat with ChatGPT in real time, but you can also interact with it with video as well. Okay, so let me boot up ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hello there. How's it going?
It's going really well. Today, I'd really like your help solving a math problem.
I'm all ears. What math problem can I help you tackle today?
So I'm going to write down a linear equation on a sheet of paper and I'll show you. And then I'd love your help working me through it. But importantly, don't tell me the solution, just help give me hints along the way.
Got it. Okay, I see it.
No, I didn't show you yet. Just give me help along the way. 1 second.
Whoops, I got too excited. I'm ready when you are.
So, ChatGPT, what equation did I write down there?
Ah, I see it now. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4.
Yep,
Let's work-
exactly. So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that plus 1?
Okay, I'm going to try to subtract 1 from both sides and then I'll see what I get.
Great idea. Perfect. Now, what do you get when you subtract 1 from both sides?
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
Spot on. Now you've isolated the term with x on one side, and it looks like 3x equal 3. What do you think we should do next to solve for x?
I'm not sure. Can you give me another hint?
Of course. You have 3x, and you want to find the value of x. Think about what operation would undo multiplication.
Is it subtraction?
Close, but think of the opposite of multiplication, because 3x means 3 times x.
Okay, I think it's division. Let me try to divide both sides by 3 and let me see what I get.
Bingo! Go ahead and divide both sides by 3.
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
It looks perfect. You've solved it, and x equals 1. Nicely done. How do you feel about solving linear equations now?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not pretty confident I can solve linear equations, but why would you ever need to use this in the real world? I'm really skeptical.
That's a fair question. Linear equations pop up in a lot of everyday situations, even if we don't realize it. For example, calculating expenses, planning travel, cooking, and even in business for profit and loss calculations. It's basically a way to solve problems where you need to find an unknown value. Plus,
Wow,
it's
okay. You know, I have a lot of unknown values in my life. I'm totally convinced I'm going to learn math now.
I love that attitude. Math can definitely help solve some of life's mysteries. Whenever you're ready to dive into more math, I'm here for you. Anything else you'd like to tackle today?
So ChatGPT, I really love that you taught the value of math to my friend Mark. And I wrote one last thing I'd love if you could take a look at.
Of course. I'd love to see what you wrote. Show it to me whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this is what I wrote down. What do you see?
I see. I love ChatGPT. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate all the help.
There are many new roles in
So here you could see that the reasons that we have listed in today's session, that it was showing the personalized learning, the real-time feedback, and even the enriching experience that the user is getting. This is all possible with just one software, which we started using in daily life, is considered to be a ChatGPT. Now this is the 4O model, where they have vision capabilities, and they have launched it, I think, few months back, maybe 6 or 8 months back. Would like to show you some more videos where you can see that how it would be helpful for education. Just give me a minute. There is a video where ChatGPT is helping candidate to uh, prepare for the interview. Yeah, interview role play is this the video. And there is even real-time translation also that I would like to give you. Let me see if there is Any other video available based on education? Okay, there is a math problem with GPT, which I would like to show you. Okay, so let us start with next. Let me share my screen again.
Invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. All right, make sure it can see our screen.
Actually, in this format,
Hello there.
I can't.
I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem, but don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse? Remember the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think it might be this one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle. Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So I think the hypotenuse is this really long side from A to B. Would that be correct?
Exactly. Well done. Now that you've identified the hypotenuse, can you identify which side is the opposite side to angle alpha?
Okay, well, I mean, you told me earlier that this was the adjacent side, and I know that's the hypotenuse, so I'm guessing that this side, BC, is the opposite side.
Great deduction. That's absolutely correct. Now that you've identified all the sides relative to angle alpha, do you remember the formula for finding the sine of an angle in a right triangle?
Yeah, I know that the sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. Now, can you apply that formula to find sine alpha in the triangle using the lengths of the sides that we've identified?
Okay, so, I mean, you told me that 7, this side BC, is the opposite side. And then you said that the hypotenuse is the longest side, so that would be this side AB, which is 25. So would the answer be 7 over 25?
Excellent work. That's correct. Sine alpha equals 7 over 25. You did a great job identifying the sides and using the sine formula. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
Imagine.
Okay, so so I think we have last 5 minutes, and I would like to conclude my session. I would share the links of other videos you can go through. But one thing that we should remember that if you could remember when the Geo was launched 10 years back, it was offered free of cost. But now it has again reached to a common price levels, which is being offered by other companies. Similarly, ChatGPT was also introduced with the free of cost in the beginning, but now as they are releasing the latest models with the enhanced capabilities, they are increasing the price also. So AI is going to be a tool where it can be used by the complete ability of those tools can be only used by those who will have good money. So it would be really interesting to see how it is going to be occupy our life with the contents that I have shared in today's presentation, and so on. So now if you could see that the ChatGPT subscription has been launched, where you have to pay a money, and even if you pay money, they have set a limit to upload files, to download files, to create images, and even to have a limited conversation. So as on as on you go on taking the higher subscription, then only you are able to use those tools with the highest capability. So with this, I conclude my session. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and uh, you know, uh, thank you for your patience and time.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, participant, if you are having any query, you may
Yes.
ask to sir.
Thanks for the session. I'm Dr. Chandra Kumar. Sir, my query is I am basically from mechanical engineering, and most of the students are, as you know, are going towards AI, computer science, etc. As far as the engineering branch selection is concerned. So, mechanical engineering, uh, as you said, how can mechanical engineering be made more attractive? How curriculum can be upgraded using AI? What is your suggestion? What to increase the skills of the learners? What skills? For example, the technology such as cloud computing is used in even the mechanical. So, what is your take on this?
Sir, you are not audible properly. Can you repeat your question?
Okay. So, what is how can the traditional domains such as mechanical engineering can be made more attractive, not only from learning point of view, from the skills point of view? What courses with integration of AI can be offered to mechanical engineering students so that they are job ready? For example, cloud computing, etc., are becoming increasingly necessary. So, what is your take on this?
No, forget about cloud computing. Let me show you a 2-minute video where you might have not seen this video before, which is dedicated for complete mechanical engineering student. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, screen is visible.
Okay. Now you can see that this is the CAD Copilot. Okay. The name of the Copilot is Leo, Leo, Leo CAD Copilot. Okay. Now here you can see that one line prompt has been typed by user, and he will click on this drafter, and you will see that the complete model, 3D, complete 3D product rather, not even model, has been created by this Copilot. Okay. Let us see this video. Okay, so the prompt is quadcopter drone with 6-axis gyroscope, right? And you will see that within a second, the complete model has been created, which can be exploded like this. You can rotate this in 360 degrees. And since this is, free license, or rather a free version, you will not be able to see the orthographic and isometric projections of each component. But if you purchase their licensed version, or you can subscribe there to their license, you will be able to see see each small machine element which has been exploded. You can click on them, you can click on each nut and bolt. You will be able to see their isographic and orthographic projections with detailed limit, fits, and tolerances as well. So this is the example where if a mechanical engineer student is has learned the basic fundamentals of AI and machine learning, they'll be able to excel, starting from the drafting, machine design, analysis, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Because even we see that the Autodesk has come out with Fusion
Correct.
360 AI
Correct.
integration. So this is
Yes.
Leo, right? I'll make a note of this.
Leo,
right?
Leo, yes, Leo, Leo CAD
Oh,
Copilot.
okay, okay.
You
So
can
we'll
try.
be
You
able
can try on its website. You can create your own models of centrifugal pump, gear pump, any mechanical machine element, or asset can be generated.
Leo CAD pilot. Okay, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Okay, we'd like
Yeah.
to explore it.
Hello? Yeah, sir. Hello?
Yes. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sir, is there any AI app or software which can help the students for their placement? So preparation of the placement basically.
Yeah. So the actually I there because of the time constraint, I could not show you the video by ChatGPT. I will share
Okay.
the link in the chat
Oh
box
my God.
where the complete video there is a complete video where they have shown how a student can prepare for the interview.
Okay.
I'll share that video to you.
Yeah, sir. I'm very much happy that if you
Yeah,
share.
sure. I'll share it in chat box.
Yeah, and thank
Sir,
you, sir.
I
Thank
have
you
a
very much.
request, sir. I was asking, will you be share your PPT with us, sir?
Yeah. Sure. I will be sharing my PPT and the intention behind the detailed text on the PPT because people will refer it in future. That's why my PPT was not only a pictures or very short PPT, it was a detailed PPT so that you can read, understand, and use those softwares in future.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah.
Please
Hello,
share
sir.
the link, sir. Thank
I'm
you.
Dr. Devidas Tosar from GHRCM Pune.
Okay.
Thanks for conducting such an informative session. It's very informative and important one. But it's request to share the PPTs, please.
Sure.
Also,
I'm going to share the
some
PPT to
add-on contents and
coordinator.
app names are there because I have just seen some names you have just shown practically directly on the chat GPT or you have just playing the videos. If some
Yeah.
application names are there along with the PPTs, you can share the application names.
I'm going to share my PPT. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Yes, dear participants, don't worry. As per AICTE norms, we will share all the PPTs with you.
And we would like to connect to you offline for any further clarification, sir.
Sure. I'm typing my mobile number in chat box. You can connect with me on WhatsApp, and even I am giving my email address as well. Can you see my mobile number in chat box?
Yes, sir.
Sure. And even I have given the email address as well. Okay. So I think we can conclude, right?
Yes, sir. That only I wanted to ask you.
Sir, last one more request. I was requesting for videos also, which you shared. So will you please share
Yeah.
that link
So
also?
So I'm sharing you the links in chat box.
Okay, thank
By the way, I want to know, is there any WhatsApp group of participants?
Yes, sir, we
Yes, sir.
have, sir.
Yeah, yes.
So you
Sir,
better
yes, sir.
you
Yes,
better
sir.
you add me. Better you add me in the group. I will share all the links, PPT, and
Yeah.
even my my contact details.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And may please share all those things today itself so we can do practice and it will be, we can
आत्ता
remember all
लगेच
those things.
पाठवतो. काही काळजी करू नका. आत्ता लगेच पाठवतो. बस.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
हा.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Shall we move ahead, sir?
Yes. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Patange, for an enlightening session. It is truly difficult to summarize the depth of Dr. Patange's session. Your insights have shed light on the pressing use for the AI integration in education and its transformation potential. How to use the tools like Quizlet, Scattertrive, Type on for mathematical subjects, how that assignment can be converted into the game Mathika to check the student performance also. Interesting tools I like, that is automation administrative tasks, as it support the feedback as well as the rubrics based grading, automated scheduling system also. You have a highlighted depth and coverage of AI application as per the current industry perspective in education. I am confident that the participants are leaving this session with the better understanding that why this is the perfect time to embrace the AI driven technologies in the teaching learning process. Once again, thank you for your valuable contribution, sir. Dear participants, I have already shared the link into the chat box. Please fill it. And we will take a 2 minutes break and resume for the session 4. Thank you. Thank you, Patangi sir. Hello. Hello, Vandana ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we start the session?
Yes, yes, please
Okay.
start.
Yes, yes.
I think ma'am has joined, no?
Yes, I have joined.
Okay, okay. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me share the screen first. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a productive and insightful day so far. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to further session 4 of ATAL FDP on AI-driven educational technology for enhancing teaching and learning. This session promises to delve into the highly significant topic that is building ethical, equitable policies in AI-driven education. As artificial intelligence continues to evolve, it's important to focus on the ethics and fairness. This session will help us to understand how to create the policy that promote the responsible and fair uses of AI in education. To lead us for this session topic, we are honored to have with Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary. Shilpa Chaudhary is currently working as a professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at MS Ramaiah Institute of Technology, Bangalore. She has been a technology educator since 1999 and has held the various academic positions in technical institute over the last 23 years. Her areas of expertise and research include the network security, RTOS, computational intelligence, wireless network, and embedded system development. Dr. Chaudhary has made the significant contribution to cloud, network security, and wireless network, publishing the research article in numerous national and international journals and conferences. She also served as a technical reviewer as well regarding international journals. Dr. Chaudhary is a life member of Computer Society of India since 2013 and active member of IEEE member of Bangalore section. Let us all extend a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary.
Thank you.
Dr.
Thank you very
Chaudhary, we
much.
are thrilled to have you here. The stage is now yours to enlighten us with your expertise. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am, you can share.
Oh, I'm getting the error that host has disabled participant screen sharing. Can you enable it? Yeah, I'm able to share it now.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
able
ma'am,
to
now
share.
check it.
Yeah, yeah. How to share the full this one? Windows? Here I'm not getting that option.
Ma'am, first you have to go to the presentation mode and then click on the share screen.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible, but it is not in a presentation mode.
Yes, yes, I'll put it. Is it now in the presentation mode?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
You go ahead, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, KKWIEER, for giving the chance, for giving the talk on this building ethical and equitable policies in AI-driven education. I think you are listening from last 2 days about AI-driven education. So what is this AI-driven education? I think you would have understood by this time. So I just recap. Just now you had one session wherein you have just got the idea that there are various tools exist for supporting all these stakeholders, maybe your teachers, students, administrators. There are many people involved in this education system. All the people will be using the AI based systems nowadays. So I'll just have a recap on those. It's not required, but as I have prepared, I thought I'll just go through it. Then we'll switch over to the ethical issues in AI-driven education. So yesterday you had some glance about how to develop the ethical AI-driven product. So here, ethical issues, we will see what are the issues you are going to face. Equity and equality is very, very important in AI-driven education because the students are very important for their career. Everything is related to your evaluation and whatever the tools and techniques you are using. So you need to use the equity and equality for assessment or for giving them the education knowledge. Everywhere you need to do that one. Now the big question comes here when you are developing such kind of the AI-driven education tools or techniques, can you have your own way for development, or there should be some kind of the common guidelines, maybe worldwide, maybe country-wise, maybe area-wise, or maybe the education institute-wise? So how you will build this ethical and equitable policies is the big discussion going on through whole world. It is not only in India, not only in Europe, not only in US. So I think everybody has given their own guidelines for building this ethical and equitable policies. So we'll just go through it. What are the framework they have given for developing such kind of the policies so that you will not have the ethical issues, what you have seen yesterday, and I'll just glance over those ethical issues. There are so many regulatory bodies exist in the whole world for many kind of the development, or you can say it may be product development, it may be system development, it may be even political development. Even for our own houses also, we set some kind of the regulatory rules and regulations. So similarly, when you are developing this AI-based education, so you need to have some kind of the legal and regulatory considerations, which some countries has given their own standards. So I'll just have a list of that one. Now, if you want to implement this, whatever the thought process has been proposed by the researchers or the educators or stakeholders, what are the challenges you are going to face when you are going to implement this in your educational institute? You may face many challenges. Maybe opposition is one of the challenge. Students may not agree. Parents may not agree. Teachers may not agree because the job may not be secure for them, and they may think that our job will be replaced by AI, but nothing is going to happen like that, because without human, you cannot do anything. So what are the various challenges we'll see in this one, and then how the future education, AI-based education will be? Just, I think I have put my own thought process. This is my agenda for today's session. So if we see just now, whatever you have seen, if we see the why education in AI, just now you have gone through this parameters: personalized learning, content recommendation, intelligent tutorial system, then your curriculum planning, automated grading systems. There are various tools you have gone through it. But are these tools standard tools? Should you rely on these tools? If you use for automated grading tools, will it give you the grading according to the deserve whatever the candidates have performed in the exam, or it will violate the rules what you're supposed to follow for your grading and assessment? How you will be finding all this one? These tools are freely available. Somebody has developed those tools. But whether you have rights to use those tools for your education institute, you need to understand that one. So these parameters are very, very important to understand when you are using this particular AI-based education. All this AI-based education, all these parameters, what you are seeing in the maybe classroom, online teaching or offline teaching, you may be using this one. So when you are using this personalization, what is the goal is you want to improve your personalization and efficiency. You want to involve the stakeholders in your process so that transparency you want to give to the parents or the management or to yourself also. It's not only the educators, researchers, or policymakers, or technology educators, or community members, but whoever is a part of this education system, you want to give some kind of the transparency, some kind of the confidence, some kind of the privacy. So you want to integrate all these things into the education to give some, you can say the current aspect of your AI-based education. So various stakeholders who are involved in this particular AI-based education are listed in this particular center. All these stakeholders may be using all these, whatever the tools exist for this learning analytics, content recommendation, and all, whatever tools are available. Now, this AI is impacting various sectors, not only education sectors. We know that AI is impacting your healthcare, it is impacting your agriculture, it is impacting governance also. So everywhere this AI is there. So whatever you are seeing, the policies and the frameworks, it is general policies and frameworks. But when you go to the specific sector, you need to have your own policies for that sector. So similarly, when you are doing the education, AI-enabled education, you need to have your own personalized learning and automation tool, assessment tools, and management tools. So every sector has its own pros and cons or advantages and disadvantages for usage of the AIs. So these are the common, I just listed out. Everybody is talking today about the AI-based systems, what you are using. What you are starting your day is starting with AI-based systems. You will take your mobile phone, you'll get a reminder, which may be AI-based reminder. When you book your tickets, it is a AI-based reminder tickets booking also, because it will study what is your pattern of booking, and accordingly it will give you the, you can say the offers, whatever you will buy online, all AI-based systems are there. So you see only the advantages of that one. So these are certain advantages I have listed out. You don't get tired and wear it out. Generally, when you do a lot of work, you will be getting tired and you don't feel like doing next day the same work. But with AI assistant, you will not get so tired and you can be fresh all throughout the day. So you have somebody who supports the moral support for a decision. Whatever decisions you are making, somebody will give you the information that whatever the decisions you are taken is correct. Then you are having in medical industry, the AI is huge. Everywhere is AI is used, right from your booking of the appointment, when you go, all the systems, all the equipments, what you're using, everywhere AI-based equipments are available, AI-based systems are available in industry. So there are many applications are there in the medical, which will ease the work of the doctors, work of the management, or work of the patient also. So whatever the decision you are making, if it is based on the past history, then you will have the right decisions. But if it is the historical perspective is not happened for such a decision, then you may not be having the confidence of that one. But most of the time, whatever the AIB systems are there are giving you the accurate decision. Generally, what we in our real life also, what we see that our old age people who are there, they are experienced people. So we respect their experience and we see to it that the experienced people will be available in the house. So why do you need that one? Because if in critical cases, if you have to take some kind of the decision based on their experience, you may be able to take some kind of the decision. So here also in AI-based system, you see the experience. What is your previous experience? And based on that one, you take a decision. So most of the time, that decision will be accurate. So it is not only for yourself. It is not selfless. It is giving you the information for all. Without break, it will give you the information. Generally, when I want to give some suggestions to somebody, I'll see that how it will be beneficial for me. So AI doesn't see the selfishness, and it gives you the, you can say, decision or output without any breaks. So what are the other coin side of your AI is it has high cost. If you see the development cost, if you see the usage training cost, if you see the resources what you are using for usage of all these skills, it has bit high cost compared to the without AI systems. It may have some kind of the fear that unemployment may happen because most of the systems will be replaced with the AI-based system. But believe me, people are telling that 100 times more jobs opportunity may be there if you are using AI-based development, because for developing, managing, maintaining, you need peoples. So they are telling that some kind of the unemployment in some areas, it may be one of the disadvantage you can say, or cons you can say, for the AI-based systems. No improvement with the experience. So whatever the system you are developing, it is based on the previous experience. But what is your current experiment? What is your current experience? It will not be encountered in your future results. So the continuous learning experience is not considered here, only based on the past. If you want to consider the continuous learning, you have to add your experiences, again train the model, and again you have to change your model. So it is again the repeated work you have to do it. So no improvement with experience. But without AI, if I am teaching today, I'm doing some mistake, tomorrow I'll not do the same mistake because I have experience towards that mistake. But in the AI-based system, mistake is mistake. It will not learn from that one immediately until and unless you train that particular model. So it lacks the creativity. There is no creativity because it is a standard way of, you can say, the execution. Whatever is given now, if you see the ChatGPT, the answers, if you very closely see the answers will be, you can say, the similar answer. It cannot give your own its own answer. Or if you ask today who is the, you can say, the director of KKWIEER, it may not be giving you the information because it doesn't have that information. It will tell that as per my knowledge from September 2022, the director of KKWIEER is so and so. Like that one, it gives the information. So it creates on its own, which is a fake information if it doesn't have the information. So it doesn't create in real time. So these are some of the, you can say, the other side of the AI impact on your education. So you need to resolve these issues, or you need to consider, keep in your mind all these issues and go through the development of the AI-based education. So there are certain risks and concerns are there with these AIs. So yesterday you have seen that you are having privacy, then accountability, fairness, bias. These are some of the ethical issues are there. So that when you are using your AI systems, you may have the chance that you may lose the data, or somebody will hack your data because somebody will be creating another AI system to learn your AI system. So privacy and security risk is, you can say, the increasing heavily on the AI-based systems also. So you are having the very important aspect that how to protect your personal data, how to use your data ethically so that you will not have the leakage of your data. So how to handle your student data, sensitive, which is very, very sensitive because marks, I have got 90% of the marks. Somebody will change it to the 09 to 90 or 90 to 09. So it is very, very sensitive information. So you should have the protection to that particular data, whatever you are collecting. Then accuracy and bias. Bias is always there. I think in our house also we say that you are biased towards me, you don't give me the importance, you give importance to only that person, this person. So similar to it, that if in this AI-based system, if your data set on which you have trained your model is some particular pattern, then you will get the accuracy in future or in your real world. The same way how whatever the pattern you have trained, the same pattern, it gives the accuracy. If it is not trained on particular pattern, you won't get the accuracy. So it will be biasing towards your training data. So that is very, very important. You need to consider the very diverse data set is the solution for that. Then the fairness, you need to consider equity and equality is very, very important to give the fairness towards this one. Generally, we say that boy and girl should have the equal rights. So here, when I am training my system, suppose I am training in Karnataka in MSR IT for one education, maybe for assessment. The same assessment may not be applicable for KKWIEER or any other college in Maharashtra because our way of evaluation is different, assessment is different. So how it will be fair to use the same tool from one college to another college? So there are certain rules you need to follow. Then you need to have some integrity, academic integrity. So whatever the rules and regulation I am setting, you should not reveal that particular rules and regulation. You should present it in the original form only. You should not divert from that. So integrity should be maintained for your education. You are having a lot of pedagogical gaps are there. I think there are so many tools are available. People are already using those tools. Infrastructure is one of the risks because every institute, educational institute may not have the digital infrastructure, which will be, for example, your rural areas. And if government says that everybody should use these AI-based tools, and if they don't have the big servers or they don't have the internet facility, if they don't have the, you can say the end devices to access the server data using the AI-based systems, then that cannot be the, you can say, it is not a fair to include that one. It is not infrastructure, not availability is one of the risks. Then development, see, just somebody will develop that AI tool. How should I use that tool? I cannot be expert in every tool because it keeps changing. So I need to develop myself and I need to show that particular skill for each and every tool, what is coming up, maybe by the government or maybe by the education institute. You need to have some kind of the regulation and governance when you are developing such tools. So all this risk will be covered by some standard organizations like OECD will be giving the policy and government strategies from the US. Then UNESCO will give from European principles, which will be emphasizing based on these ethical concerns and cultural inclusivity. So why these are some of the risks are there with respect to AI. So that to avoid this risk, you need to have some kind of the equitable policies, some kind of the ethical ways of development. So these are the three reasons are there why you need to address AI in education. You cannot simply use AI in any kind of the sector, not only in education. So you need to achieve the educational priority very effectively at big scale or small scale. You need to address the risk, including bias, trust, and data securities. You need to prevent and mitigate your unintended consequences also. So solution for addressing these reasons are collaboration across various stakeholders are there. And I think from yesterday, you would have heard that European government and US government, Canada government has some kind of the collaborative efforts towards the ethical usage of the AI in the education or in any of the sector. Recently, India also have started this collaborative effort. I think I would like to show you the website of the India AI. Have any of you have heard of India AI website? Just type. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am. We have heard, yeah, but not gone into the depth.
gone to the depth in the sense?
Like we have heard it, but we are not know much of details.
Okay, this India AI is one of the, you can say, the site where India's ethical policies are developed. So if you see this India AI website, and in that one India AI portal, if you go here, you see the first report now, recent report says that it is on AI governance and guidelines development. It is started in 2020 due to Corona. India has started developing this AI in the AI governance and guidelines. So there are so many workshops, conferences. Recently on 15th and 16th in IIIT Bangalore, they had a conference and they have decided what kind of the framework it should be. And this is the report on, you can say, you can click on this report and you can read this report. What are the decisions government has taken for developing the AI driven tools, or how to use the AI in your public consultations and all. And I would like you to see this one because most of you are teachers, I think, correct? Maybe 60 to 70% minimum teachers are there. So this is a call for funding proposal have come, which is the second call for proposal is there, which will be asking you to submit the ethical policies for your responsible AI education. So a lot of work is there. So last year they have selected around 8 proposals in the first round, and they have given them some kind of the funding support, and they have they implemented some kind of the governance. So this expression of interest is a call for the proposal. You can apply for this. I think 9th February is the last date for applying this one. So wherein you have to tell that this is the first round, 8 proposals was there, which was discussed based on the AI bias mitigation, data generation, then your privacy enhancing tools, explainable AI, AI government testing, and AI ethical certification. So all these are used in the next meetings and conferences. So in the second round, they have again asked for the, you can say the call for, you can apply for this one, wherein you can give your own way of setting the rules and responsibility, maybe for the education, how it should be and all. So you can explore this site, which is a India AI, which has recently started in 2020, where people are developing the framework and call for are coming. I myself have applied for 2 proposals last December. So you can also apply because it is very important for us to apply for the proposal. And as it is a new starting, it may be possibility that you will be having the chances for getting that proposal. Yeah. So I think, so these are your, you can say some of the ways what you are expecting in the AI driven education, trust, how you will be developing the trust. So you will be having some kind of the ethical guidelines in your algorithm, ethics, how you are ethically giving the data. These are some of the trustworthy AI-based system where you will be giving some kind of the ethical informations. And these are the practices where you will be giving some kind of the regular update, or you can say the reviews. So what are the ethical issues are there? So I think yesterday you have seen these ethical issues, bias and fairness, ethical use of your data, job displacement. So this job displacement is very, very fear it is. It is just a fear, but in reality, it is nobody can replace your job. Then accessibility and inclusivity, autonomy and control, accountability and transparency, privacy and data security. So these are the various issues are there you need to address. So you can write a proposal just now I told 9 February is the last date. So you can write a proposal on addressing any of these particular ethical issues. That is very important. So let us see these ethical issues one by one, what you are expecting in short, because yesterday you already seen, but already I have included, so I thought I'll brush through it. So every ethical issue has a challenge, and that challenge, what is that challenge? I have tried to give the example and how to mitigate that one, some of the ways proposed by the researchers in some of the research papers. I just tried to give that. So these AI systems will be, what is a challenge is, there are bias present in your training data, because training data, you are not generating whole world or whole India or all the education institute. So it may be having unfair data and you are training on that particular data. So you may be having some kind of the bias present in your training data. So example is your grading tool is there, which you are using for your students. That grading tool may be favoring to the student who is having some particular style of the writing, maybe bulleted format. So who is writing in bulleted format, they will get good marks. Who is writing the in the paragraph by paragraphs, they may not get good marks. So like that one, how you have trained that particular session will be or that particular part will be given as the part of your training data. So it may be disadvantage for the non-native speaker or who is not writing in that style.
Ma'am, your voice is mute.
How? No, my voice
No,
is
audible,
not...
very much audible.
Yeah, it's audible.
Yeah.
No, ma'am,
So,
you are audible.
yes, thank you. So this is the example how you will avoid this one. So you need to have see, once I have developed my system, I should keep on auditing system. So most of the organization, we have the audit. We call that as a IQAC audit or maybe AICTE audit, UGC audit, NBA, NAC. Why it is required? We get bored of that one. We get irritated of these audits. But to check that whatever your procedure is there, whether it is biased or not, you need to have the audit. So you need to conduct these audits regularly for AI-based systems, because for AI-based parameters will be different. And I think in the future, I think in 7th or 8th session, you are learning this IBM AI Fairness Index, which will tell you that how this IBM tool will help you to reduce this bias. Then instead of taking for this training data, what I have told for particular region, you take it very diverse data. Instead of taking for particular college, you take the diverse data so that your whatever the model you are training will be diverse training data based model. And whatever the algorithm you are using, you make it as transparent as possible. Provide the explanation about the input, output, why you are taking that input and why you are expecting that output. So human oversight will be whatever this final decision, give the rights to the human. Don't leave the AI to take the decisions. So you need to involve the human, or maybe the teachers, maybe the managers, maybe the you can say the controller or admin people. So human oversight is very, very important. So these are some of the solutions to mitigate this bias and the fairness. The second issue is your privacy and data security, which is very important. I think most of us may be doing the work on the cyber security is very buzzword nowadays. Correct? So this is very important, whether it is AI or non-AI, privacy and data security is very, very important. So this AI system will collect very huge data of the student, maybe you can say the sensitive information. So these data breaches may be happening on the student's data. So whatever your grades you are achieving, it's very sensitive data. So you need to handle this data very carefully. You need to have some kind of the governance policies, how to handle this data. And I'm going to tell you, these are certain policies are there, which are used by the US and the Singapore and the European countries for regulating or how to keep your data stored. India also has the Indian Data Act is there, how you are going to store the data. On top of this one, lot of forgery will happen. So you are having some kind of the anonymization and encryption based solutions also. You need not give, everybody should not be known to the system. So some kind of the anonymous record or some kind of the monitoring you can add, which can be encrypted and to secure your data. Give the control, access controls to the only the few people who are really deserving that one. Don't give the access to everybody and anybody. See, now your ChatGPT, initially it was available for everybody, but now it is limited to the paid people only. So conduct this security audit very regularly to find out who has the access control, who don't have access control. And give some kind of the framework wherein you are having the consent from the student, parents, before the data collections, and without their permission, you are not going to share. So there will be so many rules and regulations. You can go through that one. So these are some of the solutions. I just highlighted some of the solutions for every issues. Based on this solution, you have to propose your tool. You can develop your tool. Okay? So accountability and transparency will be very, very important, because whatever decision you are taking, whether you are considering that one, whether you are giving the clarity, whether you are giving the transparency for that one. See, what you are using now, most of you may be using some kind of the prediction. So you will be getting 99% accuracy, it is there. So what is the guarantee that that accuracy is correct? For example, take the example, there are 100 cars are there, and police department got the information that one car has a bomb. So what will happen? You will be checking, your AI tool will check that one. So when AI tool is checking, 99 cars will not have the bomb. So you tell that, oh, it has detected 99 cars doesn't have the car, which is correct. Only one car has a bomb, and that bomb will be detected. So that is a 1% you feel that it is a error. And you declare that your model is 99% correct, which is completely wrong, because your job is to find out how sensitive that information is, how specific that information is. So sensitivity and specificity is very, very important in addition to your accuracy. So this explainable AI is very important tool, where you will be using the LIME tool, which is a local interpretable model agnostic explanations. I would like to give you an example on this one, on the explainable AI. I think everybody will be having some kind of the doubt that what is explainable AI. So I have executed one example on the explainable AI. So where this LIME is the, you can say, the package which will explain the data. So here what I'm doing, I'm just uploading some breast cancer related data set, which will be predicting that somebody is having cancer or not having cancer. So this is my data model training. So I have split the data into training and testing. I've used the, you can say, the sequential model for training the data and testing the data. And when I am testing this particular data, it has tested it and it has predicted that your 96% accuracy it is there. Now I would like to explain this accuracy. If I want to explain this accuracy, I need to use some kind of the explainable AI. So LIME is one of the explainable AI, where I'll be telling that I want to explain this information. What is the patient information? So I'll select one of the patient who is having maybe the cancer or may not be the cancer. And I'll tell that this patient has the cancer or not. So it will be predicting that particular data, and I'll generate the explanation for that. So this LIME tool will generate the explanation for that. So how that explanation? So this is my explainable AI. It has predicted that 95%, 96%, it is accurate. But in what sense it is accurate? If it is, you can say, the malignant breast cancer is there. So these are the parameters why you consider that it has a cancer. So these are the areas, you can say the worst areas, you can say the convex points, you can say the symmetry, you can say the area error. So all these are the parameters will be explained. What are the parameters for that patient? Based on this parameter, you can say that this accuracy is, or this has told that it has the cancer, which is a 99%, and it may not be having the cancer, which is 0.01%. So explaining your result, why it is accurate. So that is very important. So your explainable AI will explain this particular information about one patient, that why we have declared that it has a cancer or it has not a cancer. So this is called as the explainable AI, which will be giving you the information about that. So this is one of the example. You can say that it is using the, wait, let me see slideshow from the current. So this is the explainable AI will help you to explain what result you have given, whether it is accountable, 99% accurate or not. So for that purpose, you can use explainable AI. You can make use of the accountability chain also for your, this one, how to hide this. Then you can have the audit also in your accounting, which will be telling you that what kind of the information you are maintaining in your decisions and how you are tracing that, how you are reviewing that one. Then you are educating, training the educator, parents, students to understand the output and input. So these are the ways how you can make it transparent and accountable. Then when you are having the, wait, it's not going, okay. When you are having this ethical issue related to the control and autonomous environment, teachers may lose the control over the education content, and you may have the decision making over the reliance, and you may be disliking this AI-based system. So you may be having some kind of the issues with this AI-based system. So for that, you need to have the collaborative effort between the human and AI. You need to give the training, you need to assist. Teachers' training is very much important. Manual override features are important. Ethical standards are very important. So these standards will help you to give the guidelines how to use these AI-based systems. Then how you are accessing these systems and how you are including that as a part of your AI-based education. So these AI tools may not be clear to your students and which are having disabilities or which are having the low resources usage. So how you are going to make it accessible, how they can access this one, because they cannot see, they cannot operate, they don't have the resources to operate. So how you are making it accessible to everybody? Language barriers, the AI tool may be understanding only the English, but you may be having the, they will be understanding only maybe Marathi, and you will be having the information about your development of the AI in English. So how you are going to solve these issues? So you will be having some kind of the speech recognition tools. You may be some kind of the standard rules you'll be developing, some kind of the low technological solutions you'll be giving, or offline solutions, so that rural people or who are having the low resource income people can use that particular, you can say the AI tools, then testing with your diverse user data, then your customizable interfaces. So these are the various solutions you can give for accessibility and inclusivity. Then the another issue with this one is how you are ethically using this data. So ethical usage, nobody is following in the whole world now ethical usage. Why you are getting so many calls? That are you interested in this personal loan, that personal loan? Why people are tracking your data? Why your accounts are getting hacked? Because whatever the data shared in the bank, whatever the data shared in your buying the mobile and all, it is not ethically used. So it is for some purpose it is collected and it is redistributed, or it will be used for some other purpose. So student information data may be sold or to the third parties to advertise without any transparencies. So your data usage policies are very, very important, and you should rigorously follow those policies. Then explicit consent should be taken from whoever's data you are collecting. If you want to use, you should take the consent from that particular user. So when I do the review of the paper, it will ask, before entering my review, it asks me whatever the comments I'm giving on the paper, do you have consent to take, do you have any information, or do you have any problem to take your consent, or without your consent, can I share this? So yes or no, I have to click for that one. So whether to take the consent of the consent people or not, it is very, very important. Then third party agreement, you need to have, generally the third party people comes in many of the aspect of the government or any kind of the system. So third party agreement who will be helping you for the ethical handling of the data will be there. Regular monitoring you should have. You cannot avoid this. Without regularity, regular inspection, regular assessment, regular audit, you cannot tell that your system is working properly. Then job displacement may be one of the, or AI may be having some kind of the demand that replacing with the teachers and support staff. So there is a fear for the job losing with your AI adaptation, but nothing like that. Reskilling, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to skill yourself to use this particular AI tool. You need to train the staff to work along with this particular AI tools. These AI tools are, you can say, are enhanced tools, how to use this for your enhancement you'll be using. New job roles will be created, which will be 100 times more than the current, you can say, the requirement. Policy safeguards, you need to include certain policies related to protect your jobs, to outline your AI integration and all. So all these aspects you need to consider when you are, all these are the ethical issues when you are developing your AI-based system. You need to think on all these ethical issues and then only commercialize that one, or then only start using that. So certain recommendations people have suggested when you are having the AI-driven education system. They are telling that develop ethical guidelines. It should be very clear what kind of the policies with respect to the fairness, privacy, accountability, transparency in your ethical aspect. Then you need to have the regular audits also, which will be telling that whatever the bias related assessment is existing or not, how to avoid that one, what are the performances. You will be having some kind of the audit related steps, you can say, in your AI-driven education. You must involve stakeholders. Without stakeholders, you cannot develop any system, because you need to know how the system is used by the student, parents, educators for making the decisions, or not only making the decisions, for analyzing the performance. Basically, you want the student to have the knowledge. So how you will impart that knowledge among the students, you need to consider that one. So all the stakeholders should be involved when you are developing your system. Their concern is required. Then collaboration you need to do with the experts who are the data scientists, or it may be law, maybe your lawyer and all, maybe educators who are giving the investing their monies. So you need to collaborate with such people when you are developing your AI-based education system. And continuous evaluation, you need to report, you need to develop the report, how your system is working, how it is performing, what are the limitations, do you need to upgrade it, whether you need to refine the policies to address that one. See, in our colleges also, every year, my college is almost 60 years old. Still, they are developing some policies. Every year, one and other policies will come and we'll get a circular. Why it is required? Because you need to continuously evaluate to improve your system. So when you are developing your AI-based education tool, you need to regularly, you can say that, check that whether it is performing properly or not, or refine the policies used for that. So these are some of the ethical issues and some of the solutions. These collaborative bodies from India AI, then European Commissions, US governments, Singapore governments have given certain issues and some solutions for mitigation. So I thought I'll put it into the one place. And to solve this, now you need to build a system. Those systems should address these issues. So how you'll be addressing these issues? So in addition to these ethical issues, you are having something called as the equity and equality. So this equality will give the, how you will define this equity and equality. So these are some of the differences I thought I will give here. So equity will be based on the resources needs. Individuals' resources requirement may be different. Based on that one, you will be giving the resources. So that is equity. We invest our money also in equity funds. So it is similar to that. But when you are giving the equality, everyone should get the same resource, whether they are using, whether they are not using it. So equity and equality is working together, and it gives you the resources fair utilization. The focus of equality is to have the uniformity, the focus of the equity to give the fair access to everybody and justice to everybody. The example for equality is same AI tool will be given for all the students. But what if the student doesn't know the English and tool is developed in English? It may not be of use for that student. But in equity, you will give the tools which is tailored, giving some kind of the support to your group of the people. So those tools will be given. So this equity will give you some kind of, you can say, preventing inequalities, ensuring all students, regardless of their background and ability, they will be using that particular tool. It will have the access to your personalized support and the resources. You will have the policies that can create more inclusive educational environment, which will be working as AI environment. So you will be having so many, you can say that fairness and bias or so many ethical issues will be addressed if you consider equity and equality. Now, why this equity is essential in your AI-driven education. It is you need to think on that one. Why equity is essential. So AI-based system will be having some kind of the bias, or it may be having some kind of the disadvantages. Your equity is not prioritized because of this disadvantage and bias. So what will happen? Whatever the training algorithm you have given it is not on the diverse database. So your students may not be having the equal, you can say, the performance, because who is not having this background of this data set, they will not be performing well. So you need to have the AI tools, which will be considering your personalized learning, predictive analytics of the student performance, assessment systems, which can be powerful. But these tools, whatever are there, they may be giving you some kind of the inequalities. So to avoid this inequality for all these tools, for all these performance parameters, you need to have the equity, which is essential part. So equity-driven AI will address your digital divide by ensuring your students, regardless of their background, how they are economically well, how they are socially well, regardless of that one, it will ensure for every students will have the access to the tools, which will be giving you some kind of the learning concept. So these are some of the, you can see that policies which is focusing on the equity in the education. So you will be getting some kind of the free access to your AI tools, because it is equally it is available for all the students. So all students will be getting the access to the AI tool. So your ChatGPT, access to everyone is given for the 3.5 version, correct? 4 version limited access is given. Every day I can do only, I think, 3 to 4 queries or 10 queries. And after that, it tells that you have exceeded your limit. So it need to give, the policy should give some kind of the support to your marginalized group who are staying in the poor areas where the connectivity is a problem. Personalized learning is not possible with the disability students. So you need to have some kind of the policy for such students which are marginalized group of the students. Then digital literacy programs. So whatever the training for the students, for the undeserved communities will be there. So you need to give some special training program or some kind of the special attention to them. So you need to have your curriculum design, which will be ensuring that AI content representative, some tools you are using it, and it has the diverse culture and the learning needs are there. So these are some of the policies. It is not in anybody's hand. Government has to decide these policies for the education for the country-wise or worldwide. We don't have individual person. We can just suggest what kind of the policy we can include, whether to make it as a standard or not. It is completely the body who will be, government body who will be taking care. So what are the challenges you may be facing when you are having the equity and equality? So you are having the data bias as one of the challenge, digital divide, how you are dividing in the poor area and non-poor area, then socioeconomic barriers are there, cultural linguistic bias is there because somebody is well versed with the usage of the computer-based system, somebody doesn't know how to use also. So you are having lack of the awareness, you are awareness and training for your education, then you are having the privacy and security concerns. Transparency and accountability is one of the challenge you are facing. Then ethical concern and algorithmic discriminations will be there. Inadequate policy frameworks because there are no policy frameworks exist which are standard. Okay? So it is not yet available. So this is one of the challenge. People will create their own policy and developing now the AI-based tools. Then the sustainability and long-term commitment, how long that tool will sustain, how long your equity will be provided by that particular tool. So that is very important. So building the solutions for addressing this challenge to achieve your equity in AI-driven education, you need to have multiple approaches, which includes technical innovation, policy development, training, and community engagements. So let us see this. I'll just go through these challenges very fast because it may be little, you can say that repetition with the ethical issues, but you must know these are the challenges faced during the equity. Not all the students will be having equal access to your technology, which is required for AI-powered education tools. So one school is low-income school in neighborhood, but other school has the high-speed internet. How you can justify that they should use the AI-powered education tool for assessment? You cannot give that one. So diversified data collection is also one of the, you can say, the solution. You can have the collection of the data based on the poor, low-income neighborhood, high-speed network, all kind of the data you should train. And then based on that, you should develop this equity policy. Regular audit is the solution. Collaborative data practices you need to do. Then your access to the technology. So these AI models, everybody may not be having the access to that one. So maybe the diverse students populations, it may not be given. It may be given only to the limited people, and then you will be telling that my policy is working. So digital divide and access to the technology, it should be universally accessed. Partnership with each technological company should have the offline solution also so that diversified students population will be addressed. Then some students have a good social background, some students don't have the social background, some students have good economical conditions, some don't have. So these barriers, how you are going to address to these AI-based solutions so that you can support these AI-based tools for learning in the every socio-economical aspect, you can say. So you need to have the flexible learning model. So most of the time, whatever now our teaching learning methods are there, we tell that these teaching learning methods will be in the blended mode. Some can join online, some can join offline. So these are flexible learning models are there. Then your targeted interventions, then community supports network are very important. So who are intervening in your policies will be important. Then you are having the cultural and linguistic bias. So for that one, you are having multilingual and culturally inclusive AI systems will be there. So based on your culture, you can use that AI system. So that's why AICTE has started now in the local language education also, even engineering also. So cultural sensitivity and training for your AI you need to give. Collaborative content development you need to do. Then for the lack of awareness, if I'm not aware, my area is very, very rural, or you see the area where the connections are not available. So how you will make it aware and how you are going to give the training for such people, maybe teachers or the student. So you need to have some kind of the professional development program. First of all, ask yourself why this FDP was required. Why this FDP was having so many topics. The main goal of the government is everybody should be aware about your policies, requirement in AI-based system, whether it is education, whether it is any other sector. So you need to have some kind of the program which will make you aware about the, you can say, ethical aspect or policies about any system. So you need to have this AI integration support also. You need to have some kind of the mechanism where you will tell whether you are aware of that, whether sufficient training you got or not. Then the challenge, privacy and security, I think everybody knows how to address this. So I need not tell. There are so many encryption, decryption techniques are available. There are so many, you can say, digital signature based techniques are available. Data governance are there. So you can provide the solutions and address this challenge. Then transparency and accountability for your AI-based system is very, very important, where just now I told you can use explainable AI and independent audit and clear communications. In the equity, you are having some kind of the ethical concern and algorithmic discriminations. ANN will work good, CNN is working good. So there are so many machine learning algorithms, there are so many deep learning algorithm. Which algorithm you should use, how you will discriminate that algorithm. So there must be some kind of the ethical guidelines for that one, how to detect the bias for that particular algorithmic description, what to include in your design, what not to include, you need to consider that. So you may be having the framework which is not inadequate. Now, right now, what framework we are having, policy framework, whole world, it is not adequate enough for the AI-based system. It is not only in education, in any sector. So you need to develop it. And that's why they have a call for the proposal wherein you will be making this framework very strong. So you can propose, if you are having the good idea, you can propose, you can include your policy development, you can have the summit, you can have the conferences and find it out. So you are having some kind of the challenges, sustainability, how long you are going to use this one. So long funding will give you the good support for that AI-based tools. You will invest if it is for long time, you will have the good usage of that tool. Sustainable AI models you need to develop, monitor and evaluate. So these AI-driven solutions will promote some equity in the education. I think some of this tool, just now you have gone through this tool, so I'll not repeat this one. So how you will achieve this equity in your AI-driven education? So you need to overcome the challenges through collaboration, continuous monitoring, focus on fairness at every stage, from design to the development to the implementation and evaluation. You need to have all the collaboration and continuous monitoring with the fairness and bias keeping in your mind. Now, after having the challenges, solutions also are proposed, how you are going to develop this ethical, you can say that, and equitable policies. So you require some kind of the holistic approach, which will be integrating all this aspect of your ethical issues, ensuring your educations for your future needs. So this is the approach you are following. These are the steps you are following. First, you will establish the ethical principles. How you will establish the ethical principles? So you will add the fairness, you will add transparency, accountability, privacy, data protection, inclusivity, and then you will be putting some kind of the action to implement that. Then you will be involving some kind of the stakeholders for the policy development. Once your ethical principles are ready, then you will be asking the stakeholders, whatever the principles you have given, whether it is proper or not, you will have a discussion through the review process. Then you will promote the governance and the student privacy, address the biasing and fairness, ensure the accessibility for all the students, design the policies for the continuous learning and teacher supports, monitor those policies regularly, and build the public. This one. So for every step, you are having certain principles. For example, for establishing the ethical principles, you are having fairness, transparency, accountability, privacy, data protection, and inclusivity. Then you are having the second approach will be for building is involving the diverse stakeholder. You see, so many stakeholders will sit over the world. That's why I have taken this picture. Whole world will be checking and finding whatever the ethical policies are there, whether it is equitable, whether it is equal. So student, educator, parents, caretakers, caregivers, ethical experts, community leaders will be using this one. So you need to promote your governance and the students, whatever the data you have given, you need to promote that you should follow these data government policies. So you need to have some kind of the data minimization where the security will be given. Nobody will use that data without your consent. So you need to give the, if somebody is using, you need to have the consent from that student or that parent on the usage of that data. So anonymity and the your security is very important to provide the security to your data. Then the approach for building is how you will address the bias and fairness.
No.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah, no.
Any doubt?
Yeah, no.
No, by mistake, ma'am. Please continue.
Okay, yeah. So the strategies for your bias mitigations are diverse training data, regular audits, and bias detection algorithms. How you will be ensuring the accessibility for all the students? You will be giving the access to all the students, maybe by the, you can say the low income company, offline, some kind of the offline, some kind of the online storage you can give. Support you will give for the disabilities people, language support you will be giving if it is developed in one language. So how you will design the policies which will encourage your continuous learning and teaching support. You will be giving training, collaborative development, ethical use of the AI. And then how you will build your monitor and adopt your policies regularly is very, very important. You need to have the feedback, you need to have the review meetings, you need to have the monitoring and adaptation, you need to have the policies which are adopted. So next approach is build your trust. How you will, because whatever the tool you have developed, you need to gain the confidence from the students that yes, this tool is worth for my knowledge gaining or my assessment or something. So how you will develop this kind of the trust to the communication and transparency. So you need to have some kind of the trial and error method. You need to give some kind of the explainability through your explainable AI to each and every stakeholder so that you can address their concerns. So these are some of the approaches used for building your trust, building your policies in the AI-driven educations. So there are certain legal and regulatory bodies exist who is working on this setting up the policies, and you can say that approving these policies. So even if today I am proposing that I want to have this tool for assessment or for anything else, you need to take the approval from the government body that it is worth using for the student assessment. So these are the bodies which we call that as a legal and regulatory considerations, which are the global laws and regulations, where they will be deciding what kind of the policies and ensure the privacy and rights for the students. So various countries have their own framework. As I told that European countries has their own, US government has, then your Singapore government has their own AI governance frameworks. Then your United States of America has their own step or seat for your AI applications. Personal Data Protection Act is given in the 2012 only for your personal data protection in Singapore. Then you are having India currently does not have any overarching legislation specific to your AI. But you close to this one in 2019, India AI has started, and they have started giving some kind of the responsible AI related framework. This limitation of not having this one and safeguarding your data breaches, we are giving some policies, and we are having some, you can say that Information Act 2000 is available. And then due to this IT Act, you can combine that with your AI-driven education and give some kind of the protection to your data. So this India AI, I'm talking about India AI now because we should be aware about your Indian policies. So India AI has done the summit in the July 2024. So there they have approved that in every AI-based system, we'll have these 7 pillars. We'll explain the AI compute, then we'll have the foundation models. You should have the proper data set, platform related applications, how to scale up, scale down, framework for the CPU. So these are some of the aspect you need to have some kind and they have developed some kind of the regulations. They are in the discussion, still in the discussion. So on 15-16 Jan 2025 in IIIT Bangalore, they had a conference on this, how to develop the AI-based products. So that report they have given. So these are some of the standard or regulations. So this European Union has given GDPR, which is General Data Protection Regulations. The key element for this one are data minimization. What is how you will inform the consents, whether you have rights to access that particular data, whether you have rights to erase that data, whether you can port that data from one place to another place, how it is related in the AI-driven education. So all these will be discussed in these regulations, which will be ensuring these AI developer and educational institutions how to handle this data ethically and securely. Then this Family Education Rights and Privacy Act given by the United States, which has the key element like how to access this record, how to give the privacy for this record, how to control our information, how to give the directory for the information. You may use third-party tools also for, but you need to have the approval from this body for the developing your AI-based tools. Then California has given their own act, which is based on the Consumer Privacy Act, where you are having right, how to know the data, how to know the information, rights to delete that information, right to opt out from that one, or non-discrimination. These are some of the elements are discussed in this law. And you can use this in the AI data collections, same rules and regulations they are following for AI-based tools related policies. Then children online privacy protection data for the US, I think everybody is aware that they have some kind of the act for the children online privacy protection, where they are giving the consent from the parents, then privacy policy, then data minimization, rights to review. All these, you can say the elements you can use in AI-based education tool, which is catering to your children so that you will be following same regulations and the data collection and consent privacy policies. Then these international considerations. Now, all these, whatever these acts I have explained, those are individual areas. So in international considerations, you need to have some kind of you can say act. So these are some of the act which will be using, or based on this one now, global summit was conducted in July 2024 in Delhi, where they have followed some kind of the rules from this, and they have taken and started following the policies or started developing the policies. So what are the considerations, important creative aspect of your adopting the policies for your AI-based technology is you need to use the AI advances very quickly. As it is dynamic in the nature of your education, you need to consider the risk and ethical considerations, jurisdictional compliance you need to consider, best practices for your policies like regular review, stakeholder involvement, transparency, accountability, you need to consider. So what are the challenges you may be facing when you are using these AI-based tools? So you may have the resistance from the change of the non-AI-based system to the AI-based system. So resistance will be from the educator if government is asking you to use AI-based tools. You may not be having the resources. You may be having technological limitations. So you will be resistance will be given that I don't want to use the AI-based tools. You need to have the another challenge is continuous monitoring and adaptation of that monitoring. So it is not so easy to continuously monitor somebody and then find out what is the performance, what is the feedback, what are the impact on the education, how it is, what are the adjustment you need to do. So this will make it challenging for the education institute to use that in your regular life. So many educator resistance from the education, what are the strategies you can give? You can educate them, make them aware, engage the educators very early, then clear communication benefits you can specify, peer learning and support you can give, the lack of the resources you need to provide, give some kind of the grant, some kind of the partnership you can offer, then some kind of the phase implementation you can give, some kind of the community engagements you can give. So you can implement this even if you are not having sufficient resources. So many schools and ruler or they will use this EdTech. Even for my kids, they are using this EdTech. I think all of us are using EdTech. So it is all the information we are getting it very, you can say easily, we need not communicate with them. So what are the strategies to overcome some technological limitations is you can give infrastructure, you can invest, you can give cloud-based solutions, you can give offline or low-tech technological solutions. You can give some collaborative technical support to them. So there are so many ways how you can support them for if there are technological limitations are there. So how important it is for ongoing evaluation and feedback loop, how important it is in AI-based education, because without feedback, without continuous evaluation, you will not be improving. So this continuous monitoring matters a lot to assess your effectiveness, adopting the changes required, identifying the address and addressing bias, tracking your equity goals, and strategies for this effective monitoring are collecting the data, analyzing that, student-teacher feedback, performance metrics. So how you will be doing this one, it is up to the AI tool. How you will be ongoing evaluation will be done, it's up to the AI tools. So how you will build the system which is monitoring your AI impact. So building this effective impact evaluation, you'll be having the AI impact assessment, AI audits, monitoring frameworks, and transparent reportings are there, which you will be making the adjustment of that one whenever it is necessary. You can evolve the technology, you can unforeseen consequences, you can include changing the educational context, then strategies for adaptations, you can use agile development and flexible policies. So you can decide it how your AI-driven tool will be. So this is what is your, you can say that ethics and how to build your policies. So in the future, the vision of your ethical and equitable growth. So I suggest you to have some kind of the trends you need to have in your AI-based education, where you will have the personalized learning, assessment, which is AI-driven, collaboration tools, ethical and responsible AI in your education you must inculcate, AI in your career and skill development, AI-powered education management, and some kind of the content creation, which is how your ChatGPT is creating. You can have that one, curriculum design, you can have lifelong learning, you can have continuous evaluation, you can have. So this will be, these challenges will be addressed using these emerging trends. And you need to reduce, you can just minimize the challenges. You cannot make it to zero. So when you are building this sustainable future for the AI education, you need to have some kind of the principles for the long-term impact. Sustainable education systems should be there, which is promoting the lifelong learning and the career development. You need to support the remote, and this is very important. Supporting the remote and rural education is very important. You need to have some kind of the sustainability and educational planning. You need to promote this promoting ethical AI is very, very important, because without that, nobody will believe on your AI-based education. You need to have some kind of the sustainability for your education environment. So these are some of the roles you must play, and you must find out before using the tool, think twicely how it will impact your education institute. These are some of the references. I would like you to go through this India's AI Summit report, and recently on the AI governance 2 days back, so which I could not include here. And these are the remaining reports I have given here. You can go through these reports for the government and the acts. I think I have something to show you on your, this one. See, I have shown you the India AI. I want you to go through this India AI and understand what are the policies and the governance will be considered. This is very important for building the ethical and equitable policies. Your AI governance guidelines development for public consultation is very important. You see, when I was collecting this material, I have collected some kind of the research paper. So in that one, I think this manifesto will be ethical AI policy. No, not this one. This is mine. So this your METI government is keep on asking the funding. I want you to just go through it, apply for the funding. If you have some policies which you feel that it must be applied in AI-driven education. So you can read for giving your policy, you can read this UNESCO's, who is the first body for setting the policies in the AI-driven education. This body is for the, which is a European body, which is used, or you can say that, which will be finding the AI-based education. Then I have the report. So I just want you to appreciate the effort done by your India AI team. So I just downloaded this report and I want to show you how the Japan minister has told that what we are doing is correct or wrong. So he has clearly told, you can read this, what is this vice minister is telling that, I compliment the government of India. The hosting of the summit shows that India's strong commitment for responsible AI. Japan will support the India as a chair of your AI government body of the AI on the global south. And Japan has established Tokyo Center for your government policies for the AI. And the Hare Krishna has this, whatever the group, they have increased now, whatever the AI process friends are there. Now 53 countries are involved in this summit. And India is one of the first nation to join it. That's what he has told. So I would like you to go through this, everybody's perspective, what they have given for understanding your views about how important it is to build the policies and the policies and your equity and equality policies. Then out of this topic, I would like you to go through the now how you will be developing this equity and policies. AI based any system when you are developing, already existing models you should use. So we call that as a transformer model. So the whole world has kept the transformer model in the repository Hugging Face. So you can type the Hugging Face, wherein you will be having the various models which are existing. So these are the models are existing. See, there are many models are existing for audio to text conversion. You can directly use these models and give your data set as an input and get the accuracy and all the parameters. See, computer vision based some models are there, natural language processing based models are there. These are freely available for anybody and everybody to take it. You need not code on your own. So for that purpose, I have one model I have developed. So this is the model I have developed for my one assignment where I have given this Hugging Space, one of the Hugging Space model I have added here. Sorry, this is the Hugging Face model. So here you see how I am writing this Hugging Face model, existing Hugging Face model is, you see, this is the model name I am giving. I've shown you just now, these are the various models are available. So I just copied this model name and I have pasted that model name here for Twitter analysis. And I am just predicting my sentence, whether it is negative, positive, or anything. I need not do anything. And I can use the model as it is. So I would like you, because most of you are giving so many projects to your students, ask your students to take these ready-made models which are available in this Hugging Face so that your effort will be not from the scratch. I think from my side, this much I would like to show you. There are so many things I planned, but I think because of the time, I would like to stop here. You can have your own retrieval augmented generation model. I think this is not a part of this, but I want you to go through this Hugging Face and India AI. These are the two parts I would like you to go through it so that you will upgrade your knowledge for the AI-based policies or AI-based tools. I would like to answer any questions if you are having.
Madam, thank you. Can you share your email ID so that we can connect for any future communication?
Sure, sure. I'll type in my box. In the chat box, shall I type? Okay. I have typed it. Any other questions if you are having? I'd like to answer that one.
Yes, participant, if you are having any question, please feel free to talk. Unmute yourself and then you can ask directly.
I think they don't have any questions. So thank
Yes,
you for
ma'am.
giving the
Yeah.
opportunity. Thank you for giving the opportunity. And I would like you to apply through this particular EOI where policies and all will be there. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Chaudhary, for such a comprehensive and thoroughly provoking session. I'm sure our participants have lots of reflection from it. It is very difficult to summarize the depth of Dr. Shilpa's session. Your insights have shed light on pressing the need of AI in education, the impact on the various sectors, and the risk about the concerns surrounding the data privacy, security, and the ethical issues related to AI education. The session also addressed the ethical issues in AI-driven education, particularly the challenges of accountability and transparency. The information shared about the India AI website was very valuable. Prioritizing the ethical issues of the data, safeguarding privacy and respective users' rights, strengthening the regulations and the guidance to ensure the ethical AI implementation in educational settings. You conveyed how to ensure the both equality and equity in AI education, providing the fair access and equal opportunity for all the learners. You also address the lack of awareness about the policies approaches will get, what are the rules and the regulations related to the AI in the education. Thank you once again, Dr. Shilpa
Ma'am,
Chaudhary,
what about
for
the
sharing your
feedback link?
invaluable knowledge with us. Your insights have truly enriched our understanding of how to create the ethical and equitable policies in AI-driven education.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you.
Feedback link is already shared. Participant, please remember to join us in the next session tomorrow at 6 p.m. Until that, take care and take a wonderful
Ma'am, only
evening.
there is one link is shared
For
for
the
session
has
3.
already shared, madam.
Where has it been shared?
In the chat box only. Thank you all.
Madam, in chat box there is link for only for third session, not for
Yeah,
fourth
there
session.
is no link for fourth session.
It's not Can you share it on WhatsApp, madam?
Just like
Yesterday also
yesterday,
same thing.
there was only one session, one link shared. Today also it is the same thing. So if you can share the link again, it will be really helpful for us.
Yeah, in chat box it's a bit problem. You can share it in the WhatsApp group only, please.
Yeah, actually.
Yesterday also same thing. There is a glitch in the feedback thing. All like please
Every
like,
session should have a feedback
one
Sir,
link
sir,
can you
please
share in
listen.
WhatsApp, please? This
Everyone
chat box is
listen.
not
We are,
working, and once you close the meeting, like it is going to go off. I don't know how to.
we are marking your attendance by observing your active participation in Zoom meeting only. Thank you all.
So does that mean that we don't have to give a feedback?